so many of them are just unaware of the fact that their actions impact other people. So many of them are, and I know that's a middle school behavior, leading up to it too, to try to pretend like what they did didn't have an impact on anybody, or, well, I was just doing this, or I was just saying that, or whatever it might be. But there seems to be more of that lack of understanding, like that I did this thing, it had this impact on my classmates, or it had this impact on my teacher, and I'm responsible for that. And and that has been really, really challenging, because I've told you this story, and I don't know if I told it on the podcast, but shortly before break, having a conversation, with my kids, kind of a reflective on the first part of the year, and one of my students was like, "Well, I don't get these teachers who come in and complain about student behavior. Like, you knew when you got into this profession that you were dealing with kids, and if you can't handle their behavior, then you should just go find a different job." And I was like, in my head, I was like, I know you just didn't effing say that. Like, I know you're not going to say that right here. And I sort of stopped, and I paused, and I sort of like just shook my head and tried to like contemplate that before I said anything back to the kid. But what I really wanted to say after I thought about it was like, anytime anybody says anything to you that you don't like, you throw a fit and you talk about how all these people are against you, and how all of these people are out to get you, and there's prejudice, and there's this and there's that. But you come in and you act crazy, and you say wild stuff, and you do whatever you want, and just expect that a teacher should put up with it. And I wanted to be like, where is the accountability there?
Well,
Because
I'm going to say this. It goes back to home training. Ouch. My bad parents. Um, but that's where it starts. It starts at home. The very first teacher any student has is their parents. And so what they choose to accept, allow, encourage is what our students display when they come to the classroom. It's that simple. Um, and so often, as educators, our job has been to kind of be surrogate parents. But now we have so many students, a huge population, more than half our seventh graders, more than half our eighth graders, almost half of our sixth graders who have not been in school since March of, what was that, 2019?
2020.
2020. So they have not been in school since then. You talk about a summer slide academically and the behaviors you deal with in August because kids had not been in the structure and confines of school since May or June. So you're saying from May to August, that was a slide. So what about from March? Fast forward a year and a half.